In April, individuals residing in a small village in Kenya discovered the unusual events unfolding near the savannah. The local inhabitants were utterly shocked by what they witnessed, as they had never before encountered a lion in such an extraordinary situation. However, the question lingered. How did the lion arrive in this place? Typically, lions inhabit the grasslands and open plains, far removed from this specific region. Let us explore the circumstances that led to this occurrence. It is probable that the lion became stranded either after being swept away by a powerful river current or after straying too far from its pride while foraging for food. At some juncture, the animal likely attempted to return to familiar territory, but the expansive landscape and numerous obstacles rendered the journey impossible. This young predator was on the verge of embarking on an adventure that would irrevocably alter the course of its life. After days, or perhaps even weeks, of wandering, the lion arrived in a peculiar location, vastly different from its homeland. The sole thought occupying its mind was survival. Upon reaching the outskirts of a small town, it stood near the riverbank, surveying the area. Astonishingly, the lion had traveled a staggering distance of 700 kilometers from its original habitat. Driven by desperation for sustenance, the lion repeatedly attempted to hunt but found nothing. The terrain was unfamiliar, and the climate differed significantly from what the lion was accustomed to. Vegetation was sparse, and prey was scarce. Despite hearing the sounds of human activity from a distance, the lion hesitated to approach the settlement. Its keen sense of hearing detected the bustling activity within the village. Generally, lions avoid human interaction, but this one was utterly exhausted and famished. Although approaching the town posed a considerable risk, hunger propelled it forward. In close proximity, the lion noticed a large building and instinctively moved toward it. Unbeknownst to the animal, this structure was the local ranger station. Fatigued from its arduous journey, the lion collapsed near the entrance, its weary expression reflecting a profound sense of helplessness and despair, almost as though it were crying out for assistance. The local wildlife rangers soon noticed the unexpected visitor. One of them promptly raised the alarm, and 2 additional rangers were dispatched to assess the situation. The lion presented an imposing sight. Its golden fur was thick, and its sharp claws were clearly visible. Understandably, the rangers hesitated to approach too closely. With caution, they advanced to observe the animal more intently, ensuring they did not startle it. When they finally recognized what they were dealing with, they were left in disbelief. A large, formidable young male lion had mysteriously appeared near their town. The rangers were stunned but also felt sympathy for the creature's condition. A closer examination revealed that the lion had sustained a severe injury to one of its front paws. The wounded paw was tucked against its body as the lion lay nearly motionless. Realizing the lion was in distress, the rangers felt compelled to assist. Their initial step was to contact the local Wildlife Conservation Authority. The authorities were equally astonished by the case and acted swiftly to provide aid. Care was taken to treat the lion's wound, and the animal was given time to rest. Before long, the lion became well known throughout the village, earning the name Leo. The residents took an active role in caring for Leo, providing food and fresh meat daily. Though he only ate in small amounts, the lion appeared to recognize the kindness of his caretakers. Yet, his gaze often wandered toward the horizon, longing for his home. As news of Leo's presence spread, people from neighboring villages came to see him. The rangers closely monitored the situation, ensuring that no one ventured too close to the wild animal. Experts weighed in on the predicament, asserting that Leo had no chance of surviving in this unfamiliar environment and needed to return to his natural habitat immediately. But how could such a feat be accomplished, given the vast distance? The lion could not possibly make his way back alone, even if he miraculously knew the route. He would not survive the journey. The situation appeared hopeless. Samuel Guardian, head of the Wildlife Conservation Department, explained that such incidents had occurred previously. Strong river currents or wandering too far from their territory sometimes led lions into unknown regions. Once stranded, these animals struggled to find food and often perished without intervention. Leo faced the same fate. However, the people refused to let this happen and were determined to find a solution. As Leo's story gained attention, a plan was devised to ensure his safe return. The Office of Regional Governor Joseph Illich contacted Andy Sheff, the Minister of Emergency Situations, requesting a helicopter for the mission. Meanwhile, Ranger David and his team constructed a special transport cage designed to securely hold the lion. The Kenyan Wildlife Service took on the operation, and 8 days after Leo's arrival, an air mission was launched to return him to his home. Such an undertaking had never been attempted before. Using a helicopter to transport an animal of Leo's size posed significant challenges. Despite the risks, the rescuers remained committed to saving his life. To ensure his safety, Leo was temporarily sedated. Upon reaching the transport site, wildlife expert Alexander Schell confirmed that the lion had been well fed and was in stable condition. Once sedated, Leo was carefully placed in the custom-made transport cage and loaded onto the helicopter. The village gathered to witness the event, cheering as Leo was prepared for departure. However, no one could have predicted what would happen next. During the long flight, an unexpected event unsettled the team. A sudden noise emanated from inside the cage. Leo had woken up. Instantly, tension filled the aircraft. The rescuers were on high alert, fearing that any sudden movements might provoke the lion. Their greatest concern was that Leo might attempt to escape or shake the helicopter mid-flight, which could lead to disastrous consequences for everyone on board. Fortunately, Leo's demeanor remained calm. Though awake, he did not react aggressively or attempt to break free. Instead, he observed his surroundings with an inquisitive gaze. Government officials later reported that while the lion was clearly frightened, he maintained his composure throughout the journey, a testament to Leo's resilience and the careful planning of his rescuers. After what felt like an eternity, the helicopter finally reached its destination, the region where Leo was meant to be released. The crew landed, and with great anticipation, they opened the cage. At first, Leo hesitated, unsure of his surroundings. Then, realizing he was home, he took off toward the savannah. The moment was both triumphant and emotional. The villagers, rescuers, and officials had worked tirelessly to give Leo a second chance at life. Months later, something remarkable occurred. A severe drought struck the village, leaving both people and wildlife struggling to find water and food. One evening, a herd of desperate elephants, driven mad by thirst, stormed toward the village in search of sustenance. In their frenzy, they began destroying crops, knocking down structures, and endangering the villagers' lives. As chaos unfolded, an unexpected figure emerged from the shadows. Leo, the lion, now fully grown and powerful, charged fearlessly toward the elephants, roaring loudly. He confronted the massive beasts, standing his ground against them. His presence startled the elephants, causing them to hesitate. With strategic movements and intimidating growls, Leo successfully diverted the herd away from the village, leading them toward a nearby watering hole. The villagers watched in awe as their former guest became their savior. After ensuring the safety of the people, Leo lingered near the outskirts of town. He had not forgotten the kindness shown to him. With one final glance at the villagers, he disappeared into the wilderness, leaving behind a legacy of gratitude and heroism. Leo's return served as a powerful reminder that acts of compassion can forge bonds between humans and nature, even in the wildest of places.